Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we apparently have this dangerous faction here, and they are a liberty faction, but I think we're going to end up fighting them. Now, they were able to send their ultimatum before and they just kind of didn't, and then the faction ended up getting reset, if I recall correctly, and it was kind of weird. I do want to check in up over here. I just want to see what's the true status on these guys. It's mostly declarable. There's a couple of them. Well, it's 50-50. We can declare on half of them and not on the other half. So that's something to think about, but I don't want to declare them while we are having this Liberty faction brew. Now, I'm not going to pause while we go through this and just make sure that there's no negotiations to happen here, because I do actually want to fight these guys. I want to get them put in jail. So we're going to let them fire here, but I do want to do my due diligence here. Actually, we've got this guy. We can negotiate with him, and that removes the faction from consideration for the moment, anyway. It's possible that another vassal would join it. We'll have to see if that ends up happening. I just want to go through the rest of these and make sure. Okay. I mean, if we can go up here and attack these guys, I will happily do it. Okay, so there's that. And he leaves that faction. We're 2 vassals above our limit, which for the moment is fine. I would like to fight somebody. Okay, this Liberty faction is at 68%. Maybe I shouldn't have negotiated that and just fought them, because we do want to combine kings together. That is a thing we'd like to do. That said, this independence faction, they might actually be happening here. Let's find out. I do want to see if we can negotiate with any of these. I kind of doubt it if we can. But let's just see here. Yeah, no. Okay. So we'll keep an eye on that. For the moment, we're not actually having a factionalism issue, which is quite surprising to me. I kind of wish I hadn't have negotiated with that guy, actually. Only a 10% chance? Okay, he'll wreak havoc as he flees. Our control level will drop, and that does mean, actually, this might be a good thing, because we can come over here, increase control in this county, and he's not going to be organizing the army now. So that should drop levy sizes somewhat. We actually want a rebellion. That feels really weird to say, but we do. We could go after Breatia and take this duchy. It's an option. It's only 3 counties, but we could do it. And we're also not truce to Tuva. Ooh, that's a solid claim. We're doing this one. Excellent. So they are sieging down over here. We will raise up our forces over this way. We're going to need like 10,000. And that's fine. We will bring up our forces over here. And we're hoping by the time we're done with this... Ooh, that's going to be a long time for these guys to come in. Why is that going to take so long for our men-at-arms to show up? 8 months? That's insane. Okay, well, maybe it'll be only some of them that take that long. Like, maybe it's a particular night. That's a possibility. We'll keep an eye on that. We're going to fight them over here with just our levy troops. And this is fine. Yeah, looks like it's just a singular night that's going to take a while to show up. So we can head up over this direction. We'll finish up this fight. We should not stack wipe these guys under any circumstances, but we'll walk up over this way, and this force will likely get stack wiped here. Absolutely. Okay, we're going to head into their capital. They're going to continue running, and yeah, as expected, we do now have a dangerous faction here. Okay. This is actually a good thing, and we want this. So we're going to allow this to finish up. And we're at 50% war score already, which is surprising. We're going to come up over here. That puts us at 74. Wonderful. Now, we don't want both of these to fire, necessarily. So we may have to do something about one of them. And if I had to choose, I'd choose the Independence faction. We're at 89% war score, and we need to head up over here. And actually, we do expect that this siege will get rid of this war. It should finish it up. Wonderful. So yeah, both of these are currently brewing. 2 months here, 6 months here. Not much we can do about this guy. Do we have children? We have grandsons. And granddaughters. That's not close enough. So are any of these unmarried? A grandson or a granddaughter is close enough if they're marrying the actual leader. No, none of those are unmarried. What about down here? Betrothed, huh? Okay. Ooh, here's a guy who's unmarried. So we could then propose a marriage between our granddaughter and him. He would accept that. And he's only 1.3%, but that's okay. Anyone else in this faction? Let's see here. No. Okay. Well, that does make things awkward. I mean, if this would get us an alliance, it'd be great. But it absolutely won't. We're going to crush these guys here. Alliance formed here, and this will drop them down. The threshold, however, is 65%. So we would need someone else to get out of this faction. We could attempt to bribe somebody out of the faction. Odds are low about that. We would need, like, one of these guys to exit the faction. One of these up here. These four. So, options. Options are quite minimal. Unless we broke this betrothal. This guy's not at our court. So we would need to invite this guy to our court. And then we'd need to break the betrothal. Then we would grab this guy, because I want to reset this faction. Yes, I know that I said that I would rather fight the Liberty faction. That is true. Could we reset this faction? The answer is no, we can't reset the faction. So I think this is still the better way to go. This guy's our cousin. We can't negotiate with a cousin, though, which is sad. So we're going to have to do something like this. It's not ideal under any circumstances, but that will reset the Liberty faction. And the Independence faction is going to fire here. That's a good thing. We actually want the Independence faction to fire. 1% cultural acceptance when completing learn language schemes. Okay, I don't think that's really what we want. We maxed out law. We might want to go for... let's see here. That's the domain limit one. This one's the vassal limit one. We probably want to do that. So we'll grab desirable match. Cool. And we'll finish up this siege here. We are deliberately allowing this faction to fire. Wait, did this not go? They're betrothed. Oh. She's not at his court. Oof. I feel like this should still work. But she's at a different guy's court. Which is very strange. We can't invite her to our court. Well, we may have to fight these simultaneously. That's not the end of the world. Let's wrap up this war. Okay. So that's that war over. We'll disband all that territory, or rather, all those troops. And that will reset our numbers here a little bit, but I don't actually expect that to solve this problem. He now has a son. Okay. That's not helpful for us, though. Yeah, that definitely threw me off. There's no doubt about it. Wait, Uh-huh. Well, this isn't helping us. So we're going to need to break that betrothal and look for another option. Perhaps this guy, or do any of them have an unmarried daughter? Yes, this guy does. And I believe, yeah, she's in the correct court. So we'll do something like this. That will get us an alliance, but he wouldn't accept this because his faith is different. Okay, well, that's not a great option then. And this guy, I believe, does not have anybody who we can work with. What about this guy? She's imprisoned. There's nothing we can do with that. Oof. Well, we just need to drop 4% here. This guy would count as well. There's nothing we can do here either. 3.7% might be enough. Maybe. We'll do it. Okay. So that drops her out of there. They're now at 64%, but then they immediately tick up to 65. Okay. What about you? Betrothed? Okay. Okay. Options are quite minimal right now. So, what we need to do at this point is we have to pull out of increasing our county control here. We have to go back to organize army. And we're going to put in a better marshal here. There we go. That'll bring up our troop count. And should put this below the threshold. In theory. Yes. They're now below the threshold fairly dramatically. Not hugely. 3%. These guys are going to rebel. This guy's down over here, and this is his capital. We can actually raise up forces right in his capital. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to raise our men-at-arms here. And we're going to raise levy troops as well. How many troops does he personally have? 12,000. Okay. So we're going to raise up around 12,000 of our own here. Actually, we're going to go to like 15,000. That's fine. And sure, show her in. 1 month here on the Independence faction. The Liberty faction is back to being very rude. Okay. What else can we do here? We can't get anything done here because he's the wrong religion. There's no way if we demand his conversion that he would do this. We may have to acquiesce to the Liberty faction. It's not the end of the world if we drop our crown authority. We can raise that back up eventually. And we'll go ahead and spend some court grandeur, and we'll get some fresh quail. Cool. So I think that's going to be the overall plan. We're going to have to acquiesce to the Liberty faction, and we'll fight the other faction here. They can send their ultimatum at any time, and we are ready for them. Come on, buddy. Watch the Liberty faction send it first. Actually, they dropped. At this point, I'm interested in potentially spreading some cash around over here. So we could send this guy a gift for 98 opinion. In fact, we should do this for like everyone here. If that's 98 opinion, that's pretty worthwhile. Now that's going to make some of them want to leave this faction. And this is actually valuable for us. Like, this is value right here. So we're okay with this. Basically, everyone in the faction is super happy with us now. That's wonderful. And many of them will want to leave the faction. Yeah, there they go. We are instantly seeing them leave the faction. Perfect. So no problem in the Liberty faction there. We just had a son. And that actually means we could negotiate with this guy if we wanted to. But I do want to put kings in prison. So I want these guys to fire. Any moment now, guys. You can do it. Just send that demand. Please, attack me. We're running out of supplies here. I was expecting them to have sent it by now. I wish we could provoke it like in Europa. That would be nice. We could demand this guy... Oh, there it is. Perfect. So, we will not be threatened. And how many troops does he have access to? Well, he has access to 106,000, but this doesn't matter. So you can see here we had some desertions. That's fully expected. 7 months on this siege. So we're going to split off our trebuchets here, as well as a couple units of levy troops. These guys are, for the time being, going to head over this direction. And they're going to start a slow siege there, but we actually don't have enough troops here. We need about 4,000. Okay, I just want to check. These guys are rebelling as well. So we would need to raise up additional troops here if we were going to. Let's go ahead and do so, and then let's split off an additional 2,000 here. And then these guys will head off over this direction. Cool. Oh, hello. He's raising up over here. That's not the direction I was expecting him to raise up in, but that's fine. We will put in a siege commander here. There's one. And we've not raised up any troops over here just yet, but we want to raise up a few thousand. Not that many. Only like 5,000 is probably sufficient. So we'll head on up here, and we win this due to our extreme amount of better troops. And what is this other faction? Peasant rabble. I don't care. Peasant rabble is completely and utterly irrelevant. So we're going to move additional reinforcements in here. Demand artifact. No, get out of here. Okay, we're going to group these guys together, if I can select them. Oh my, okay. Okay, well, we'll deselect these guys, and we'll do that. So we're just watching these guys walk away for the moment. I'm not too concerned about that. 50 days left here. Wonderful. So we won a battle, but the attacker does control the war target. That will go away very, very soon here. I do want to check in on our capital. No one even nearby. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. And we'll have their capital momentarily here. We're hoping that we don't capture this guy. We did not. We captured his wife, though. Apparently, he doesn't care about that. Sure. That's fine. So we'll move out over this direction and start sieging. And then we'll move over this way and start slow sieging. We do get a diplomacy perk here. We'll take ducal conquests. Cool. No, don't move. There you go. Oh, hello. Let's come down here and fight him. Okay, here's the peasants. And the peasants are going to attack us. That's fine. We can deal with the peasants. No big deal there. We'll drop a rally point here. And we'll need actually more than just men-at-arms. We'll need, because our men-at-arms aren't there. This should be probably sufficient, right? Oh yeah, this will be enough. Cool. So when we go there, no problem. And then over this way at the capital, where was that? Over here? Yes, over here. Yeah, this looks great. We're going to catch part of their force here, and then they're going to turn around. Wonderful. We're going to head over this direction. They don't want to come back in. Wait, we actually captured the peasant leader in that battle. I didn't even realize that this was the one with the peasant leader, but I will happily take that. We could have these guys go slow siege somewhere if we wanted to. Maybe down in Baghdad? It'll take them a while to get there, but I think that's okay. Do it. Now, is this being led by their ruler? Not this ruler. Okay. Well, maybe this army is. No. Cool. So we're going to head up over here. He's not going to want to finish this, as expected. We're going to catch him up here. And we're going to continue to siege. Cool. We're at 64% war score right now. Make that 67. We're only at +7 from battles. We did, however, capture his heir. That's a huge deal. We're going to walk down over here and start a slow siege for the time being. And let's check in on our status over this way. Not a lot going on there. Okay. Ticking war scores on our side now, which is great. We're going to head down this way as soon as we've finished up this siege. There we go. 74% war score. We'll siege here and we'll start a slow siege up over this way. Actually, we've got 13k here. We could get away with potentially resupplying. Yeah, we should resupply right now. That would be the better case here. We should definitely do that. So we're going to get these guys over here, and we're going to split them in half. We're going to send half of them over this way, which is actually... This is not occupied, is it? I believe it is not. So we should actually send them over here instead. Okay. So they did finish up a siege here, so that brings us down to 63% war score. But with ticking on our side, that's absolutely wonderful. We're going to finish up our siege up over here. We're at 72. Okay. These guys are on their way in. I don't care about that. If they come up here, we'll fight them. If not, this is fine. So these guys need to be split up a bit more, and we'll have them come out like over here. Yeah. Looks okay. 3 months left on this siege. We're not expecting this to end the war necessarily. But this is looking good. We're at 78% war score now. I mean, at the rate we're getting ticking, maybe. 86. Okay. So we'll head over there, and then we'll bring these guys... I think we'll split this force in half, and we'll bring them down over this way, just so that we are continuing to resupply, but are still kind of close to our siege force. Now, I do expect them to finish at least one more siege before we finish this. Yeah, there's one there. So that brings us down to 77% war score. One of those was worth 10%, and it's not even one of our locations. Okay, sure. Whatever. That's fine. We're at 78% war score here. I accept your generous gifts. And we'll head over here next, or maybe down here and then up here. Yeah, we'll head down here first. Cool. And our armies can move forward a little bit. Just trying to keep our supplies at a decent position. We lost another siege there. Okay. They're actually ahead of us on the sieges here, though, so this is fine. They will cap before we will. Yeah, I don't have a problem with this. We're at 70% war score at this time. And we will head up over here. Is this... Yeah, this is rebelling, so that's fine. We can continue to make our way through here. Cool. Well, it is about time... Oh, there we go. It is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I do feel like this war is in the bag. I don't think we'll really have too much of a problem with it, so that is amazing. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And let's go ahead. I need to figure out how I want to transition this in the actual outro, but let's switch over to here. Because we, of course, need to thank the channel members for supporting this video. And we do have channel members now, so that is wonderful. We don't have any at the council member level. However, under Peers of the Realm, we do have Spartan News, and that is the shout-out tier there. We do have another one. I would at this point usually say, and everyone else, or something to that effect. there's only one other person, so thank you to the both of you. And, of course, to you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, click the join button below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.